Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today Zac will be making for you the final soap in our Citrus in July collection for 2024, and that is Fresh Squeezed. It is a custom essential oil fragrance blend of lime essential oil, blood orange essential oil, and also some eucalyptus essential oil. So it is fresh, it is zingy, and it is a must-have if you like citrus scented soap. So stay tuned if you want to see Zac make this fresh squeezed soap. Alrighty, Zac is going to get this soap making started. And just like always, when you're making cold process soap, you need to add your lye to your fat. So we are adding our lye water to our signature plant-based oil blend, and that is down in the description box below if you wanted to check that out. We will whisk this up really quickly to make sure everything is nice and incorporated, just till all of the oil basically is not floating on the top there and it's all one kind of homogeneous color. Then we will strain in our colloidal oatmeal slurry. This is just colloidal oatmeal and water. Colloidal oatmeal is a really great additive for soap. It's pretty common in a lot of bar soap. It adds a nice feel and kind of a nice skin nourishing element to your soap bar. We'll just pass that through the strainer there, get out any lumps and clumps, and then we will blitz that in as well, just to make sure everything is nice and well incorporated before we add in our fragrances. The fragrance we're adding is a signature custom essential oil blend, and that is lime essential oil, blood orange, and also some eucalyptus. So it is fresh and it is citrusy and it is really great. This had some kaolin clay soaking in there as well, just to kind of anchor that fragrance to the soap so it stays around a little bit longer. Especially when you're making essential oil soap, sometimes those fade either because of the heat in the soap making process or just because they are not super stable outside of the bottle, basically. Off screen, Zac portioned off about 1.5 cups of uncolored soap base, and that's in the bottom left corner of the screen. And then divided the remaining soap batter between 2 containers there. And we are adding 2 different greens to these. One is more of a foresty green, and one of them is more of a bright kind of like Kelly green color. And we'll just scrape those into the containers there and then blitz those up as well. We did not test out this fragrance blend, so we will proceed kind of cautiously to make sure nothing accelerates quicker than we are wanting it to. Thankfully though, and you'll know this if you've seen the other Citrus in July video, citrus scented fragrances and essential oil blends generally do pretty well in the soaping process in terms of not accelerating much. If we do this fragrance again, which we probably will because we're both really big fans of it, this will not be the color combination we land on. It's a little, especially the green in the big Cambro there, is a little muddy compared to the green in that little gray pour pitcher there, so we would figure something else out. Also, greens are really hard in soaping to know what the finished color will actually be compared to what it looks like even now. Unfortunately, these colors stayed pretty true to what they look like now. We were kind of hoping they would shift just a little bit. And then for this design, we are doing a classic and in the pot swirl where Zac is just pouring big plops of color into the corners of that Cambro. And then we'll be following up this kind of limey green color with that white uncolored soap base as well. Once all of that soap batter is in that Cambro, except for a little bit that we saved for the top, we will pour that into our slab mold there, basically straight down into the middle of it to get some really nice kind of like radiating colors throughout this soap. Looking back, especially after we cut this, I probably, outside of changing the colors, would also have maybe done like 1 stir through this soap batter to kind of distribute the colors a little bit more but it's really hard to tell when you do an in the pot swirl how the colors are actually going to look once you cut the soap, basically. Right now it looks pretty good. I just would have personally liked a little more of that color kind of consistently throughout the bar. We will scrape out this container as well because we are done with it, and we will do some nice lines from front to back with this kind of like foresty, kind of like organic lime color. And then once that organic lime color is scraped out, we will scrape the remainder of that kind of lighter limey green color as well, and just follow up those lines. Once all of that soap batter is down into the slab mold, after we are done scraping out that pour pitcher there, we will get out the, you guessed it, the trusty wooden chopstick to do some nice feathering on the top to make sure that those colors are fully distributed across the top of each and every bar of soap once we actually cut this soap up. After the kind of like creative burst that was our June Pride soap and even our July Citrus in July collection, I'm kind of like spent creativity wise. At least in August, I know I mentioned in a previous video we might not do tons of new soap. We are going to do some Path soaps, which are the ones we use our soap beveling shavings for, and they're going to be some of our best selling fragrances and maybe a couple new ones. So you will actually have some new soap videos to watch in the month of July for an August soap launch, so don't you worry. But we still will be doing a couple other kind of fun videos of things that we normally don't show, maybe some candle making, which we have done in the past, but we don't do that very often because, at least in our eyes, it's not terribly exciting. It might be exciting if it's not something you see every single day. So we'll probably do something like that, some more kind of fun videos that aren't necessarily just around soap making, because we do a lot of other things. After Zac did that feathering, he got out the soap spoon and is doing some nice spoon swoops there to add a little kind of vertical texture to the top of these bars of soap. Once this is done, we will spritz it with some rubbing alcohol, tuck it away for 24 hours, and then I will slice this up. I did steam the tops of this, so you will see a little bit of like wet, like sheen on the one side there. That is just water. It didn't actually look like that once it dried. I just wanted to make sure the colors were nice and kind of vivid. And then we will break out our slab splitter and split this slab into loaves. I guess the green did kind of switch a little bit from maybe a little more like vastly different to a little more complementary. Ideally, I wanted there to be a little bit more white, so maybe just a nice white and lime green with like a dark green mica swizzle on the top or something like that would be pretty. But you'll have to stay tuned and watch and see what other designs we do. And then we'll break out Dorothy and start slicing up these bars of soap. And that wasn't the most pretty bar, but overall this did turn out pretty good. The fragrance is really what speaks for itself here. I'm super, super happy with the fragrance. That bar was really pretty. But that is it. That is our fresh squeezed soap, which is scented with eucalyptus, lime essential oil, and some blood orange essential oil. It is a really, really great custom essential oil blend that we made in-house, and we're super, super proud of. And you can get this and any of the other Citrus in July soaps starting July 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time online at rainbrocrafts.com or in person at any of our in-person events. We will be at Portland Pride. We will be all over the place in July, so definitely check out our website to see where we'll be and come visit us in person. Another way to support us is to join our subscriber group, and we will send you candles or soaps of the month, shout outs at the end of the videos, and other fun perks. So check out our website for that. As a really quick reminder before the video is done, our Citrus in July collection is live July 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on our website, rainbrocrafts.com. The fragrances that we will have for you all are the fresh squeezed that we just showed you how to make. We also have our carnelian soap. This one was the really naughty behaving fragrance oil, but it smells fantastic. We also have our limoncello soap. This one is scented with a fragrance from Brambleberry, and it is just fantastic. We also have the Vivian soap. This is a soap that the proceeds or a portion of benefit angels with misplaced wings and Animal Sanctuary up in Amboy, Washington. We also have Drag Brunch. This one was inspired by our best-selling candle, also called Drag Brunch, and that was inspired by a grapefruit mimosa. We've got our grapefruit and rosemary soap. This is a classic that we had from last year, and we of course had to bring it back for this year. And then lastly, we have Disco Patty. This one you actually have not seen us make yet, but it is a soap that we made, and it is inspired by one of our most favorite Vancouver farmers market customers. Her name is Patty, and we had to make a soap special for her. So check all of these out on our website, rainbrocrafts.com, or come see us in person. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment your favorite citrus beverage down below, and also subscribe so you can see what we come up with next. Thanks. Bye.